Yeah, we going up, we going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky, believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet your test on their face like Weezy. Pouring milk by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas who once were real, who now turning into sucks. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel us. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another edition of More to Live For. We're still on this wonderful segment, Men of Honor. We are to volume 9 now. I got a special brother with me tonight from my hometown, actually. But I want to let him introduce himself, and I'll tell you what it is that he does, and we can go from there. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm all right, man. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm glad to have you, man. Glad to have you.
Appreciate it, man. Glad to be here.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
So my name is Charles Jones. As Ernest has said, I'm from Bethel, North Carolina, 2008 graduate of North Pitt High School, currently living in Georgia. I am the technical engineering project lead for one of the Air Force's computer systems, basically in IT, work on computers, do research, development. I'm a liaison between government personnel and the military. Combine that knowledge with the contractors and civilian employees that the government has hired, and we create a computer system that is used for intel, surveillance, and recon.
Okay. So can you kind of, well, first off, before we, get any further, I definitely want to tell you, thank you for your services, everything, that you did for the country, and, the people around you, like, you're definitely an inspiration to others. But can you take us back to around your high school days, kind of tell us what that journey was like, and if anything, from that journey led you to the career that you chose?
Yeah, man. Got to North Pitt in 2004. I really didn't know what to expect. Living in Bethel my whole life, went to school with the same people, grew up playing sports and all that with the same people. And just getting to North Pitt, it was a bit of a culture shock, but I loved it. And to this day, my heart still pumps blue and orange. Some of the best times of my life. Met some tremendous people throughout the years, whether they were classmates or friends, teachers, staff members, and it was just a tremendous opportunity. If I could go back and do it all over again, I surely would. I'd do a couple different things a little differently, but man, I don't have anything bad to say about North Pitt, man. It's north of the river. It's home. It's one of a kind. And as far as what I did at North Pitt, leading me to my current career field, I didn't really do much. So my plan was to never go into IT. I never really thought about what I wanted to do until I was about to graduate from college. I did go to college for anything computer related. I was a political science and African American studies double major, and I minored in sociology. And I kind of just fell into an IT job after college because I worked with radios while I was in the Army. I did 12 years in the National Guard, and it wasn't an easy transition, so to say, but it got my foot in the door. And like I said, I'm from Bethel. All we do is grind. So I've just been grinding my way up ever since.
Definitely, bro. And Definitely. Once again, man, thank you for your services. Could you, if it's not too much, bro, because I'm definitely, not trying to cause any type of stress, but could you, just highlight some of your Army days?
Yeah, man. Once again, like so many other things in my life, I saw it as another hustle. I joined my junior year in high school literally because a recruiter saw me walking around selling snacks around school. And he came up to me, he said, "Look like you like to get money." And I said, "I do." And he said, "So how about you come talk to me, we can get you a $20,000 signing bonus." That's the most money I had ever seen or even heard about being offered or anything at 17 years old. So I think maybe a week later, I was in Raleigh, hand on the Bible. And it was up from there. So my plan was to go in for 6 years. Like I said, I was junior in high school, so that's a year and a half left of high school, 4 years of college. And I was like, shoot, my time gonna be done. So they told me I couldn't get deployed and all that good jazz. So I was like, shoot, that's easy. That's easy money. So I took it and ran with it. It ended up being one of the best decisions of my life because I wouldn't be where I am now without that military service.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. I definitely think that's cool. I had a guest. Had a guest on last week. The military. So definitely, man. Thank you, and shout out to all you guys. So could you take us, deeper into the field that you are currently in, and the actual thing that it is that you do there?
Yes, sir. So like I said, I'm basically a technical liaison between the government decision makers, the high level military members, and the technical civilians, like the computer geeks. So I've been on both sides of that table, and I guess I have a pretty decent level of people skills. So a lot of my job is managing people, making sure we're getting projects handled, but also taking very complex technology and technological ideas and breaking them down to a standpoint and a level that non-technical people can understand it. They can understand what we need to do, what processes we need to put in place, and the benefits as well as the risk of these decisions.
Okay, definitely, bro. Definitely, well put. And yeah, bro, like I said, bro, I definitely think, what you have done, like I mentioned before, and what you're doing now is very important. So I just kind of want to highlight, on what it is that you do, and how you definitely are an inspiration to others. Like you said, coming from where we come from, and the things that you've seen, been all around the world. So yeah, bro, that's exactly why I wanted to have you up here. Yeah, definitely. I did have a question for you as far as that the IT world. Is it anything that that you may have, how can I put this, that you may have not really had too much of a knowledge of, knowing about, and you've actually seen it, come to light, so to speak, like, as far as like anything technical, like I'm a few years older than you, but we have seen, the cell phone go from what it was to what it is now. So, being in that field, I'm pretty sure you had, an idea of, something that was going to change, how things are, not sort of say how change how things are, but something new technical, and you actually seen it come to light. Do you have an experience like that?
Um, the first thing that comes to mind, which is it's kind of technical, but not really, with Bitcoin. Right. Somebody talked about Bitcoin in 2011, right, and I didn't jump on it, But at the end of the day, that's all technology based. But I guess a more on the technical side of like things we can touch. just watching the evolution of network security and the cloud, this whole idea of the cloud. Just watching what it has turned into over the last 10 years is amazing. The field of network security is just growing exponentially day by day because everything we see has a computer in it. Our cars have computers in it. Cell phone is basically just a mini computer at this point. I remember when I first started working on computers in 2013, the way that I taught myself how to really get good at fixing computers was I just started fixing them out of my apartment. And I was fresh out of college. And back then, everybody used a laptop every day. So people were breaking computer screens and computers not turning on and things of that nature. And they would just bring it to my house. And I just mess around with it, figure out what was going on, how to fix it, and go from there, learning on the fly. But to see those days not being that long ago, like I said, 10 years ago, of people being on their laptops or being on a desktop computer every day, to now the majority of us, if we're not at work, we're never going to touch a computer. We got laptops, we got cell phones, we have tablets, we got smart watches. Your TV is a computer. They're making refrigerators with touch screens on them and cameras, and it's like everything is a computer now, and that just blows my mind. I never could have seen that coming.
Oh yeah, like you said, bro. And it's kind of it's kind of funny, bro. Like we really are seeing these things, especially coming from where we come from. And we hear these things. We growing up, how things are going to be by this year, and it may not have been exactly how our parents thought it would be, but we definitely in the age now that we can tell our kids some of these things, and we actually seeing it come to life. Yeah, I definitely think that you're an inspiration to others, bro, because being heavily involved in something like that and wanting to know more about stuff like that, like that's not exactly popular where we come from, but like it's definitely a good thing, and like look what it got you, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why I say you're definitely an inspiration, so that's to anybody, no matter what they believe in, they have a passion for, whether it's popular or not, to keep going for it, it can take you to the highest highs, you know what I mean? So like that's why I wanted you here, and I definitely I didn't know exactly what it was that you do, but I knew it was something big. So that should tell you something, everything you need to know. So I knew it was something big. So I definitely want to thank you for being here and explaining what it is that you do for us. So
Oh man, I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here? I definitely don't want to cut you off.
It's first and foremost, my parents. They were a huge help to me. I could have gone left many times, and the only reason I went right was because of things they taught me. Between their teachings and their prayers, I am where I am, and hope to go a lot higher. My sister, you had her up here a few days ago, man. She set the bar high for me. I've been following her footsteps forever. So definitely her, and man, Bethel. Bethel made me who I am. It's the things that I learned walking up and down the streets of Bethel have taken me places I never imagined I could go. I feel confident in any room. I feel confident sitting at any table, because just the way we brought up, man. We gotta adapt. It's a special place. We gotta get it out of the mud.
Oh, yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. For sure, bro. And yeah, man, thank you for doing this for me, bro. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. This has been another edition of More to Live For, Men of Honor, Volume 9. Got another hometown home with me, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Peace and blessings to all. We up out there.